Hello everyone and welcome back to Game 6 of India versus China, with China having a 3-2 lead versus India. And this means if India loses one more game, they are out of the tournament. So a really big game right now. And actually Game 6 and Game 7 happened at the same time. So I'm just going to show this one first and then the other game will be up next. So for Team India we have Blimax, and for Team China we have Kitoothe. And Blimax is using a team we've seen before, which is Choice Band Sand, which is Choice Banded Tyranitar, Choice Banded Extradil, and then Choice Banded Urshifu. And Kitoothe is using a team built around Future Sight Slowking with Weavile and Urshifu. And getting into the matchup, Blimax's Urshifu looks really good if it can predict right. Because if it can predict right, it can hit almost everything super effectively. But if it predicts wrong, then Blimax can be in trouble. So that's really going to be the key in my opinion. And from Kitoothe's point of view, his Urshifu water is also going to be important. But the difference is that Tangrowth completely walls Urshifu. So that means that he has to get Future Sight support with Urshifu, and then he can break down the Tangrowth. So that's going to be his plan. We see the lead matchup. Blimax leads Urshifu, which is a bad lead against Tornadus, so he switches out. Tornadus uses knockoff. And Blimax goes Zapdos here. And the reason he's doing that is he's trying to bait the U-turn, because Zapdos has static. So if that can bait a U-turn from Tornadus and you can paralyze the Tornadus, that is going to be huge. So that's what Blimax is trying to do right now. So Hurricane comes in, and a very nice play from Kitoothe. He doesn't U-turn because of static. So he goes Slowking Galar immediately. But Blimax makes an even better play and double switches Tyranitar, because he knew that Kitoothe wouldn't U-turn. So that's how confident he was, and it was a really aggressive play, and it worked out really well, because now he has a Choice Banded Tyranitar versus a Slowking. And Kitoothe goes to Urshifu Water, and Blimax Fire Punches predicting Pharaoh. So not a very optimal play right there. But the Urshifu did take chip damage, which is worth noting. And Kitoothe double switches into Tornadus, predicting the Tangrowth. So a really good play. And Blimax goes to Clefabelle. And the reason he's not going to Zapdos is because I think that he doesn't want Zapdos to get knocked off. So good play right there. And now he goes Landers as Clefabelle uses Wish. And Kitoothe is going to use this as an opportunity to get Stealth Rock up. And right now, Blimax makes a strategic decision that he's going to sacrifice health on Clefabelle in exchange for momentum. So a very bold play. So now he gets Urshifu versus Landorus right now. And he traded away half his health on Clefabelle to do that. So a really bold play to get this opportunity. And now it's going to be a tough predict, Does he predict Ferrothorn? Does he predict Tornadus? Does he predict, Landorus staying in? What predict does he make? And what he does is he decides to Surging Strike, and he gets the prediction right. So a really huge prediction right here to get Landorus dead. And with Landorus dead, it means that Stealth Rock is not going to get up anymore. So Urshifu comes into Revenge Kill, and it does 48 to Tangrowth. So now Blimax has to switch out, and he goes into his own Zapdos here. And Zapdos takes a lot of damage, but it's not enough, and now Zapdos can just heal it up. So he goes back to 100, and right now here he makes a really good play, and he stays in on the knockoff. And what this allows him to do is it allows him to defog. And because he defogged and there's no Stealth Rock anymore, losing heavy duty boots is not a big deal. So a really good play by Blimax. And now he goes Urshifu on the Weavile. He dodges Icicle Crash, but Icicle Crash wouldn't have done too much damage. And now Urshifu can attack again. He uses U-turn, and then he goes into Choice Banded Tyranitar again. So Blimax is really dominating momentum here. And we can see that when he sacrificed half of Clefabelle, he sacrificed it for momentum, and now you're seeing how powerful momentum can really be. because after that Clefabel sacrifice, he's killed the Landorus, he's gotten an opportunity with Banded Tyranitar, so really good use of momentum from Blimax, and that's how you should use offensive teams. You need to keep the momentum up, even if it means sacrificing health just a little. And he gets a Choice Banded Crunch on Ferrothorn, which does not kill, but it does a lot of damage. And now he just plays it safe and goes Tangrowth. He takes a Body Press, and now he's threatening Focus Blast. So Kitoothe just switches out right here. And now, the Tornadus is going to be in a good position right now because of Zapdos and Zapdos at 62 and Clefabel at 46 right now. And Tangrowth basically has to switch out. But Blimax, he does not switch out. Instead, he predicts the switch, and Weavile came in predicting Zapdos. But he predicts the switch and uses Focus Blast on the Weavile, killing it. And that's a huge play, because he Focus Blasted a Tornadus predicting the double switch to Weavile. A very ambitious play, and it worked out really well. And Blimax has a huge lead right now. 6 versus 4, and it's looking really tough for Kitoothe right now. He goes to Urshifu Rapid, and Blimax sacrifices Clefabel here. He didn't have a switch in, and Clefabel already did its job, because Clefabel is pretty useless versus, Ferrothorn and Slowking Galar, so he sacrifices it. And now he immediately goes to Zapdos, and just heals up right here. He gets his health back, and now he goes into Tyranitar, and now he can fire off another Choice Banded attack right now. So he uses Crunch, and now Ferrothorn is going to die here. So another huge attack, and Kitoothe is on the verge of defeat right now. And he goes Urshifu here, but again, it's going to be tough because every attack he makes is going to take Rocky Helmet damage. So 16 right there. He goes Tornadus, but this is a free switch in to Zapdos, and there's nothing he can really do about it. He Hurricanes, but nothing he can do. And now it's a free attack. And one thing to note is that Tyranitar is relatively free, like he can go there for free, but even if Kitoothe predicts Tyranitar and goes Urshifu, it's not going to be a good trade because of the sand. The sand will do 6% damage to Urshifu, and that damage is going to slowly rack up. So even double switching is not really an option right now because of how powerful Tyranitar is. Tyranitar comes in, and now it's going to take another kill, but it only does 76 to Tornadus, and Tornadus U-turns, it can't really do much else, and now Slowking Galar is going to die as well, and now the game is basically over. It's going to be really tough for Kitoothe to actually come back and win this game. He goes Urshifu Rapid, but again, he's always going to take chip from Tangrowth. So for example, right here, close combat, even if you kill the Tangrowth, now Urshifu is going to take damage again. So he has to switch out, and Blimax gets a Sleep Powder off. He goes Zapdos, and now it's game over. Something is going to die to the Zapdos, and it's GG. India ties it up at 3-3. That means we'll have a pivotal Game 7 coming up next. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss Game 7 to see who finishes and wins the series, with Game 7 coming up next. Thank you.